There is really no worse feeling than feeling like you voted for somebody who completely let you down because they were the opposite of who you thought they were. That is literally the feeling I have right now, having voted for Donald Trump. Today, only hours ago, I learned about a memo that Stephen Miller put forth that was signed off on by Donald Trump. That memo is to get people off the streets who are homeless, mentally ill, disabled, basically people that can't care for themselves. Over the years, those type of people that can't care for themselves have fought really hard, people have fought on their behalf to guarantee their civil rights so that they can live outside of institutions and still live some kind of respectable, dignified life, having their own freedom. This new memo threatens to change all of that. And so I had to talk about it tonight in lieu of what I usually talk about on this channel. With this new policy, we could see people being removed from the streets, disabled people, mentally ill people, and we could see them go into prison-like institutions where they no longer can decide when they sleep, what they eat, and be forced to take medications, reversing all of those civil rights that we as a society have worked hard to give those people so that they can live a dignified life with their families. Basically, the government can step in if this goes into effect and capture those people and lock them up for some indeterminate amount of time before they're able to be released. It's one of the sickest things I've ever heard. And Stephen Miller, the 40-year-old POS who's part of the Trump administration, should be utterly ashamed for putting forth this disgusting new measure. I really don't even want to say how I truly feel because it would be a little too crude for YouTube. But I just cannot believe that this administration would think that that's a real solution. Now, there are other solutions. There is the solution of putting these people, giving them housing where they can still use a key, come and go as they please, and make their own decisions. Will that cost taxpayer dollars? Of course it will. But we have to continue moving to a society that has more grace, that understands more, that allows people their dignity, that doesn't treat people like inanimate objects. And now I'm starting to really look at a lot of the things this administration has done with different eyes. And I feel somewhat embarrassed. There are the housing facilities that these people can be granted where they have to become clean first to go into them. There's also housing facilities that we could create where they don't have to be clean. We give them housing and then we work with them so that they feel like they actually have a choice in their recovery. This, I think, is ultimately the path forward with the most dignity, because often the ones that require them to be clean before they can even get the housing, they're never able even to take that first step. And in a world where we just minted our first trillionaire, shouldn't we have a society where we can house homeless people? I think so. I think so. Probably in the next 5 to 10 years, we'll have several trillionaires. I'm sure Jeff Bezos is hot on Elon Musk's trail. Anyway, I don't mean for this to sound preachy or like I'm giving a lecture, but it absolutely disgusted me that this is occurring in our society, and I had to talk about it. And once again, Stephen Miller, someone said in the comments of the video that I saw, you better hope it never happens to you, because karma is a bitch. And with that, that's really all I got to say. I hope you guys have a great night otherwise, and I'll catch you mañana. Don't forget, you're the best. Peace.